Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace, and today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, August 24th. This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting, because that is what I love to do all day, every day. I have various social medias that you can follow me on. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram. You can see all the fun stuff that I get up to there, and pictures of my cat, which who doesn't want pictures of cats? That's all on Instagram. I also have show notes. Links to things that I will be talking about will hopefully be on my blog. If I forget, feel free to send me a message. And the link to that will be down below if you are on YouTube, or if you're on YouTube already, everything is already there. I also work at a yarn shop. It is called Pearly Girls. It is in Spring, Texas. It's right outside of Old Town Spring. And I will leave all the various social medias and website information so you can go and check those things out. Or if you're local or visiting, please come say hello. We would love to say hi and knit with you, or help you find a new project, or any of those things. Or if you just want to say hi. So, fun stuff. I have a lot of random things to show you. We are going to have a good time today, and we're just going to start powering through this episode. So if you would like to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, an animal to snuggle, laundry to fold, maybe you're on your lunch break, maybe you're just resting and enjoying your rest, whatever brings you joy, and you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. We're going for water right now because hydration is important. If you need a reminder, don't forget to drink water today. I've had quite a bit of caffeine already, so that's why we're going with water, because it's important. Everyone, I have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. Also, today is Tuesday. My camera battery is low on charge, so I'm going to try and not rush through things, but also get it done as quickly as possible. So if you feel like I'm rushing through things, I'm trying not to rush too much, but I also don't want to ramble, which, as we all know, I always do. Do we have any storms coming in today? I don't know. It's Tuesday. It's not Monday. Storms come in on Monday, seemingly. We didn't have a storm yesterday. So why am I recording on a Tuesday? I'm recording because my parents are in town, and so we've been having a wonderfully fun time together. Just hanging out, going shopping, doing fun things. We just went to a little stationary craft shop near us, and they have left to go have lunch with some friends, so I'm doing this now, and that is why I'm doing it on Tuesday, because we were busy yesterday having so much fun together. So I know it doesn't really affect you, the viewer, necessarily, but I'm just letting you know in case you were curious as to why I'm recording on Tuesday instead of Monday. It still should go up when it normally goes up. So again, it should have no real effect on you. So, yay, now you know. There are storms coming, just not necessarily today, I don't think. Maybe tomorrow. I have one test knit on my needles. Everyone, I have one test knit. Did I show you this one that I finished? I don't even remember. See that, and I snag it on my ring. I did finish this. This is done. I don't remember if I showed it to you, so I apologize if I already did, but this is the Wild Poppy Sweater by Tiff Neeland. It is not out yet, as far as I'm aware. So this is very exciting. I used Alpaca 2 and Suburban Stitcher for this wonderful colorwork, yoked, top down, cropped, but you can make it as long or as short as you want. Short sleeve, long sleeves, however you desire. We've got some lace thrown in there. I don't think you can really see it, but it is there very vaguely. Some nice short rows to add some shaping at the back of the neck. It's great. love it. That is done. That being done, like I said, I only have one test knit left, and everyone, I am doing so good. I'm doing so good, everyone. I'm very proud of myself. I have seen so many so cute test knits online, including people that I've test knit for before, and I just would really love to test knit for them again, but I have said no more. I said no more for the year. After this one is done, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break. And I've stuck to it, even though it's been very hard. I also saw something for a test knit that was like for a pair of fingerless mitts, and it was very small, and I was like, I could do that super easy. They're small, it'd be fast, no worries. But I didn't, because I remembered I'm sticking true to my promise to myself and somewhat to you all that I am taking a break from test knitting after this last one is done. So I'm just now realizing, so that one, the Wild Poppy sweater is done, and my Wild Joy sweater is done. So I really do have one left on my needles. For some reason I lost count and forgot what all had done. So this one is done now. Everyone, I've finished my sleeves, my 2 sleeves. The body is done. It needs to be blocked, but it is done. This is the Wild Joy sweater by Samantha Gurin. Another top-down yoked colorwork sweater. We do love a good moment for those things, and this is worsted weight, so it is very snuggly. It is not weather appropriate right now, nor will it be here in Houston for quite some time, but if you live where my parents live, there's snow on the mountains already, and it gets down to the high 30s, low 40s at night in August. It is not the case here. It is very hot. Which is very, I feel like this is like common knowledge of just like knowing that it gets colder in Colorado than it's hot in Houston. But it's funny to have the reminder that yes, in fact, it is getting cold in August in Colorado. And so you can wear these things, these beautiful sweaters that you knit yourself, or you don't knit yourself. Maybe you were a very lucky recipient of a colorwork sweater. And yes, so I'm super happy with how this turned out. I used Loops and Threads Endless Impeccable, which a very kind viewer did some research this past week or recently and discovered that this yarn is actually discontinued. So I am very sorry for advertising this yarn. Not that this is sponsored in any way, it's not. But for me talking about, or hyping this yarn up, I should say, when I don't actually know if it's continued or it's still available, which it's not. So I do apologize, but really it's worsted weight. It's a ball of yarn I got forever ago. This dark gray, I believe, is some form of drops. I'm not sure what. This pink is some form of Malabrigo. I'm not sure what, but I do know this maroon. I do know that it is Brooklyn Tweed Loft held double. And so that is my colorwork. I do love how it turned out. It's exactly the vibe I was going for with this colorwork sweater, and I am so excited to be able to wear it, at my parents' house when I visit them, and just so much fun stuff. So this pattern has not come out yet, but definitely keep your eyes peeled because everyone needs this. Like, it's the perfect color work. Also, I would also say that, how many times can I say the word also? Also, I really think that this is a very good first colorwork sweater. Her patterns are very well written, it's very clear, but what I really like about this particular type of color work is that you have each individual motif line, if you will, or section, which makes it really easy to kind of focus, maybe work on your techniques. And so but you also have like this sense of accomplishment once you get one motif done and you move on to the next one. And I feel like that's a really good learning experience. So if you have never knit a colorwork sweater before, I would highly recommend this one when this pattern comes out. Also, it's worsted weight, so you do have that element of instant gratification. You don't have to fiddle with fingering weight yarn plus color work, small weight of yarn. You're investing a lot of time into this sweater and you're not sure it's going to work out. This is a very good practice. It's worsted weight. It goes quickly. You have good practice. You don't have to worry about your floats too much, except maybe in this one motif down here. But again, another perfect learning experience, because you get all this really wonderful experience and then you have a little bit longer of like catching your floats down here, and then you do something you know again, and then you're done. And it's a fun way to play with colors, good way to stash bust if you want. You can really make anything work, because obviously I have fingering weight that I held double in here. And so if you have enough fingering weight to hold it double, if you want, and I realize that it's not quite a worsted weight, it's probably a light worsted weight, but I mean, it works. So I love this. Excuse me, I'm boring myself. No, I have to remind myself every time I yawn really big like that, it's not that I'm bored or anything like that. I'm just not getting enough oxygen to my brain. I'm not breathing enough, you know. So I love this. Wild Joy by Samantha Gurin. It's not quite out yet, but hopefully it'll be coming out soon. And really think you should do this, especially if you've never done a colorwork sweater before. I would highly recommend it. It's just really great, especially if you live in a cold climate. If you live in a warm climate, I don't really know what to tell you. Because clearly knitting these thick sweaters doesn't stop me, even though I live in a very, sometimes unbearably hot climate. Such is the joy of Houston. You know? So next up, my last and final test knit of 2021. Which, are we just shocked that it is the end of August? Where did August go? I feel like we've said that about almost every single month. Like, where has time gone? Where has time gone? I feel like, that being said, there is like that one week in the middle of the month, or like a few days in the smack dab in the middle of the month, and it's like, this month will never end. And then we get to the end of it and it's like, where did the time go? I don't know. We blinked and the month just flew by. I have no idea. All I just want is for the holidays to get here and for it to be cooler. You know, that's all I'm really is keeping me moving forward through this hot summer and all the other ickiness going on in the world right now is the holidays and cooler weather. Which, you know what, just grasp on to the little things. It's really the little things that you have to find joy in, and if you have big things to find joy into, enjoy those moments. Enjoy them, savor them, treasure them. Like a small joy would be working with this wonderfully large ball of yarn for my last test knit of 2021. Wonderful segue there. Maybe not the smoothest segue, but we tried. Got to bring things back around so we don't ramble too much. This is a new to me yarn that I am really enjoying working with. This is Mega Ball or Wee Heart yarn from Hobby Yarns. There is about 1,300 yards in this ball of yarn, and I think it's about 400 grams if you are curious. It is DK weight. It is 100% acrylic, and I love it. It is so soft, and I just would really love to take a nap on it. But I won't. I will continue to talk about it. I can also hold it, like, just squish it. I just love it. And this is what I can do with my sweater eventually. We are so excited. I am holding this yarn double with, and I happen to be in the middle of a row. How perfect is that? It's not perfect. I don't normally do that. I don't know why I ended up in the middle of a row. And my yarn is very tangled. Here's my project. I'm holding it double with, also from Hobby, their Diablo Mohair. This is in the powder blush colorway. And I'm not sure what this is. All I have is a number. But it is kind of like a rosy tea rose color. It is very beautiful. I love it together. With the powder blush, it is creating exactly what I was hoping. So I'm just loving how this is turning out. It is just stunning. It is a top-down, somewhat V-necked cardigan. Long or short, cropped, there will be options. This is designed by Rachel of September Knits, and she has left no stone unturned in regards to possibilities and how this pattern is written. She really does go above and beyond when it comes to her patterns, which is why we should all knit them, and why we should all just, I don't know, enjoy her beautiful, beautiful patterns. There will be a shawl collar option. There's also a regular collar option. I'm not sure which one I'm doing yet, but I do have the option to decide. I think it may also depend on how much yarn I have left. I haven't made that much progress, but I have made some. This is where I was last week, right there. So that's good, you know. I have made some progress. And I am still just plugging forward in dividing for the sleeves. I did say last week that I wanted to divide for the sleeves, but as you will see in a moment, some other things popped up. So I was a little distracted, but that's okay because this is the only testament that I have now. It is fine. The deadline is very far away. I have no worries, so I was treating myself quite a bit and loving every second of it. So this is not going to be out for a while, but this is just basically, did I say what this is called? The Jensen Cardigan. This is the Jensen Cardigan. Rachel designed the Jensen pullover a little more than a year ago. Or no, more than a year ago. Maybe 2 years ago. A year and a half? I believe it was in 2019. I could be completely wrong. It may have been at the very, very, very beginning of 2020. But I got to test knit that for her as well, and it is just another staple, another really good, just throw on, dress up, dress down. Looks so cute and amazing on everybody. And there's also a wide variety of sizes, which is really great, as will be the same for this one. So they're just good staples. They're just really classic pieces. And then you can also just add stripes. You can add some fun stitch texture. You can add some color work. You can just keep it simple. You can add mohair like I'm doing. Fun colors, subtle colors, neutrals, whatever you want. It's really just a wonderful palette to play around and create something that you love that will fit into your wardrobe just in the best way possible, that you also feel good wearing, which is also very important. Again, how many times can I say the word also? Now it's starting to sound weird. You know when you say a word a lot and then you're like, what does this even mean? Even though I know I'm saying it right, and like, I don't even know. I know that's a thing though. Is there a name for that? I don't even know. Also. So yes, I'm loving this. I have not worked on this quite as much as I had planned to, but like I said, I'm not going to worry about it. It's really okay. but this is a very easy pick up, put down project, and this is in my Coffee Knit Sleep Repeat bag, which just reminds me, if Lorelai Gilmore was a knitter, I feel like this would be her bag, her personality in a bag, you know? Maybe also eat in there. I'm sure there would be other things, but basically it would boil down to, if she was a knitter, of course, which there was that one knitting competition that Stars Hollow had, so we all know that they were knitters. It's always funny seeing knitters or crafters on any TV show or movie or whatever, and see if what do they call it? Do they call it knitting or do they call it crocheting? Does that actually line up with what they're doing? Because recently I keep seeing ones where people are knitting and they call it crocheting, and then when they give examples of the things that have been made, it's all crocheted, or other way around, and it's like, you're clearly crocheting, stop calling it knitting. Like, it's not knitting, it's crocheting, get it right. Which is just very, I don't know, small detail of me, and I'm sure this would apply to literally, like, if you were in the medical field and you watched a hospital show, or if you were a lawyer and you watched a courtroom, whatever, TV show or movie, or I don't know, anything that is like that. It's just like, it doesn't work that way. You cannot knit and have a crocheted piece. It just doesn't work. That's literally impossible. How did I get started on that rant? I don't even know. Oh, the Gilmore Girls episode with the knitting competition. That was why. Which is just very funny. I love the Gilmore Girls. It's one of those comfort TV shows. And though it has its issues and all that stuff, it still just feels so good to watch. Same with The Office and another handful of shows. Doesn't have to do with knitting at all, but we love our comfort TV, you know? It's very important to have those shows that you just really rely on and can fall back on when you need a laugh or just something going on in the background. It's just really great. It is really great. So next up, things I have made no progress on, but we're going to show it to you anyway because I did bring it in here. I've made 2 rows of progress, so it's still progress, so we're still going to talk about it, you know. This is my hot oatmeal shawl by Sweater Freak. I'm using yarn from Forest Fiber Arts in the Amethyst Storm colorway. And this is what it looks like. This is more accurate back here. It is darker. If I bring it up there, it kind of is a little too light, but it's more accurate back here. So we've got garter stitch, we've got lace, this mesh lace section, and I'm just plugging along. I have my progress keeper from Little Bitty Delights. That is this coffee with this sparkle donut. We love a good sparkle donut moment. Again, very Gilmore Girls, Stars Hollow-esque. I love this. Like I said, this has only had 2 rows of progress, but that's okay. We still have made progress, and I wanted to talk about it, so we talked about it. There we go. You know, you do what you want to do. I discussed last time I talked about this that I wasn't sure about how many repeats to do on this shawl, and I'm still not sure. Granted, I haven't taken the time to really look too deeply into the pattern and how many I've done so far and how many I have left. But I also realized that I don't want it to be too big because I had talked about using all my yarn, and I have 2 skeins of that, and I don't know really if that's what I want to do. Oh. Now I'm having thoughts of frogging that and using that for something else. Oh wow, that was a very sudden thought. Do we want to do that? Oh, yeah. I think I do. I think I do indeed. Okay. You were gonna say goodbye to this hot oatmeal shawl. Wow, this is a very spontaneous decision. We're experiencing this together, you know. Where am I going? I have something in mind that I have wanted to knit for a very long time. It came out recently. It's another Samantha Gurin Designs pattern. It is so cute. It's called the Petal Party Crop, and I just love this. This is her, and she looks so cute in it, and I just love it so much. So we've got some like lace panels on each side, and I love that it's cropped. We love a good crop. I also, what if there's garter bridges on the sides as well? I could make a springy version, and then I could make a long sleeve version. Oh, I love a long sleeve version. Oh my goodness. What do we do? What do we do? Oh, I have an idea. Okay. I'm excited. So, what I think I'm going to do, maybe I'm going to make like 5 of these. In my spare time, I'm going to make like 5 of them. Not quite 5. At least 2. So I've got 2 skeins of like this very beautiful rosy pinky color that has beautiful speckles on it that I was thinking about doing this, but I really, really, really love the idea of doing this for that. And the fact that this shawl, like, though I do love it, don't get me wrong, it's just not my favorite necessarily. It's not as intriguing to me as it was when I cast it on a year ago, and even since picking it back up, like, because I'm not super inspired to work on it, I feel like that's a sign that when I finish it, it may not be something that I'm like, I want to wear this all the time. So maybe it needs to be something else. In which case, I will check out the yardage and see what I need. And for that, the Petal Party Crop. And then I would really like to get yarn from my friend Heather of Heathered Handmaids to do a long sleeve version. Because she has a very beautiful charcoal color. I'm not remember if that's the actual name of it, but she's also got this beautiful, beautiful dark purple. Everyone, I think we just planned like 3 sweaters together. I feel very connected with you right now. I feel this connection. We have experienced some creative planning here. We'll still think about it, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna frog that shawl, the hot oatmeal shawl. Still good. I would like to have one at some point. I just don't think it's meant to be this. You know, I feel strongly about that. I really do. I'm glad we've had this discussion. I appreciate you being here while I talk this out. This has been a very good experience. Thank you very much. So, we're gonna frog this thing. We're not gonna do this right now, but, which is also really great because I've got 2 new cast-ons, everyone. We've been saving this little new bit of information until now, and I'd like to share with you that I do in fact have 2 new cast-ons. One of them is a sweater, one of them is a shawl. I am loving both of them so much. Like, I cannot even. We will start with the sweater. You will not be surprised. I've talked about this sweater for quite a while at this point. And it is so cute. It is so beautiful. This is my yarn. We love big cakes of yarn. We love it so much. This is Cascade Eco Wool in the taupe colorway, which I'm loving so much. We're loving, loving, loving all of this. And everyone, here is my diamond jumper by Anne Wenzel. Can we even? Like, I am so excited with how this looks. I cannot, like, it just can't even. It looks so good. Once you get past the turtleneck portion, which is pretty long and tedious, like, it just flies. It is so good. And can we, like, look at this texture? Like, is this not beautiful texture? This is just so gorgeous. We've got 1x1 cables, so no cable needle is necessary. We've got our raglan increase sections where we do it on either side, but we've got these nice twisted ribbing sections on either side of the sleeve, so on the front and in the back as well. The texture goes everywhere. It is so good. It is so woolly. It will only get softer. I am so excited. I am currently just doing increases, raglan rounds, basically for maybe another 15. I think I'm maybe not quite halfway there. And then I divide for the sleeves, and then I do the body, and then I do the arms, and then I'm done. So I'm basically like almost done, clearly. With this massive pullover. We can think that way. I know I'm not even remotely close to halfway. But when you boil it down, the steps to get there are very few. Once you get past the neckline, which again, I am so glad I did the twisted rib or the twisted knitting and purling, because you can see where I did it at the beginning, and though that kind of bothers me, I know it won't really matter, and I'm pretty sure that's the back. Yeah, that's 100% the back. But it's also in the front, so it will be fine. Obviously I'm not gonna rip it out. I think that would be dumb. I could go back the other way and change it that way, but I really don't care. So we've got turtleneck, and then the wonderfulness that is this sweater. We love bulky sweaters in this hot, hot climate. I'm so excited about this, everyone. I don't know if you have, if I have accurately depicted or given you an example of how excited I am, but I am so excited. Also, that was very sarcastic. I have talked about this sweater nonstop for at least the past 3 weeks, if not longer. I am so excited about this, and I'm just so happy with how fast this is going. I love the pattern. It's very, very intuitive. Like, I haven't, but I know that once I do, I still have plenty of time to memorize it and lots of opportunities to. But once I memorize it, I think it's just gonna go even faster. There are short rows after you do the turtleneck and you have established your raglans and stuff, which when it's written out does look very overwhelming, but if you take it step by step, it's really not that bad. And once you kind of understand which chart goes where and why it's happening that way, it's actually very straightforward. But everything flows together very nicely. It's just a very well written pattern. I'm very excited about this. I'm loving how it's turning out. Like, can we even with this texture? I love garter stitch between cables. I didn't realize that was a thing that I loved very dearly until I think this sweater. And now I'm like, I need all of it. All of it. Big needle, big yarn, wonderful pattern, goes quickly. It's the best. Can't wait to continue working on it. I just can't even. But there's another project. There is another project that we are going to talk about really quickly. because my camera battery is about to run out. So everyone, I just mentioned her a few minutes ago, but I have a very dear friend. Her name is Heather, and she has her own yarn dyeing company, and it's called Heather Handmaids. I have tested it for her before. I have knit with her yarn many times at this point, and she's just really beautiful colors. Last year, for her shop anniversary, she created this beautiful celebratory colorway called Confetti Cake, and it was just perfectly confetti cake, and my mom and I got skeins of it to do something in particular, and it didn't happen until this week, or last week. On Sunday? Yes, on Sunday. I literally cast it on during church. It was wonderful. I loved that moment. And I have now started a boho blush by Andrea Mowry out of this confetti cake, and I have added some mohair, and we're going to add mohair throughout the whole thing in different sections. But this is the confetti cake, and then I have added some long dog mohair to the brioche section, which I'm almost done with. Can we even? It goes so quickly. So this is a very, very big crescent shape shawl, and it's kind of hard to show, so it'll look like this eventually. I just can't even. It is so beautiful. I love how the mohair looks. And I have white mohair, and then I also have some leftover toasted marshmallow mohair from Heather that I would like to throw in as well. Because I'm not sure that this blue is going to last me throughout the entire shawl, which obviously I'm not going to do it throughout the entire shawl, just kind of like on these pattern sections opposed to the garter stitch sections. So it'll actually end up looking a little bit more stripey, but in a very soft way, because I'm holding the mohair with the confetti cake. But Heather just does these speckles so well. It is just stunning. And this is what the cake looks like. This is her confetti cake colorway. Love it so much. So that is going to be the Boho Blush by Andrea Mowry. I cast that out on Sunday, and that's all the progress that I got so far as of last night, because that was when I was working on it last. I'm loving it. I know that once these rows get super long, it's going to be a long time. Long time. But that's okay. I am so excited. I love the fringe. I know there's feather and fan, or some form of feather and fan, or something like that. And I don't do well with feather and fan, but it is worth it. Worth it! So good. It's just so beautiful. And I don't know. I just love, every time I see a picture of one, I need them. I need all of them. I need all the colors. I need all the fiber contents, all the drapes, all the things. It's just so good. And I'm loving this confetti cake and how it's turning out. And I know it'll just block beautifully. So that is my second new cast on, and that is it for cast ons. We have no more hidden up our sleeves anywhere. We're done with cast ons. We have the boho blush and the diamond jumper. Love it. So good. Test knits. We're going to frog a project now apparently and start something new. I'm very excited. And that is actually all the yarn and knitting that I have for you guys. I realize that this is a little bit shorter. This actually is a shorter episode, so I do apologize. But also, my camera battery is putting some limitations on me today, and it's Tuesday, so we are making things work. We have adjusted our schedule and things, so they may be a little off or a little bit different than they normally are. But thank you for hanging in there with me. Thank you for coming and hanging out and watching this episode. My little mini rants and all that stuff, because they do happen quite often. But it's okay. I appreciate you being here, listening, hanging out, being you. I have all the social medias. I have all the show notes. I've got all the yarn store information. I also hope you had a wonderful weekend and you continue to have a wonderful week. If you have crafty plans, I hope that they are so successful. I have all the crafty plans. We're frogging, we're continuing, we're starting, we're finishing. We're just going to town. My creative mojo is in full swing. So excited. Even though it's really hot outside, we are still motivated and inspired to frog things and cast things on. Because you know what? That's just, if something is not bringing you joy the way that you think it should, or the way that if you're not inspired by it when you look at it, like I am 100% inspired by this boho blush. I love my diamond jumper. I love my Jensen cardigan. All the other things that are on my needles, for the most part, like they're just, if I look at them and I'm like, I could come up with another one if I wanted to. Like I would be very happy to make another one. Or it just makes me think of other things to make. This hot oatmeal sweater or shawl is currently not doing that. And that has nothing to do with the pattern. It just has to do with me and how I'm feeling about this project. And I really want this yarn to be shown off well, so I think that this would be really, really beautiful in the Petal party crop. You know, I think that is the new trajectory of this yarn, and I'm so excited. I don't know when that's getting cast on, but it will hopefully be cast on soon, because you never know. We love a new cast on. We love a random cast on. Those are sometimes the absolute best, because you know what? You just got to treat yourself sometimes. You know, it's important. It is very, very important. So I hope if you need to treat yourself with a new cast on or a new project start, I hope that you are able to do that. And I hope that you enjoy every minute. Or maybe it would be more helpful to frog something that you've been meaning to frog, or just an old project that doesn't bring you joy anymore, or you're not interested in. I promise it will feel so good when you are done. That feeling of just like releasing yourself from that project that's just not what you want, and it's not the happy thing that you want, is just so wonderful. It's just like, I have a weight lifted off my shoulders. This very small weight of yarn and needles has been pulled apart, and now I can start over, something fresh, something that will bring me joy, that makes me so excited. I love it. New ways to be creative. New ways to put your artistic ability into something that will make you happy, which I think is very wonderful and important and just really amazing. So, with that, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for being patient with me while I ramble, while I tell you random facts about myself, about random things, statements. I don't even know. But you are wonderful. You are enough. Thank you for hanging out with me. And with that, I will see you guys next week. Bye.